Yaku says there's a debate in the Discord right now. It's between General Zod and Sentry. Who do you think would win? Well, considering I think Sentry beats Superman, I would say he probably beats Zod too.
Superman Solo, is that one?
Which Superman?
I don't think it matters. If you're taking the strongest version of Superman against the strongest version of Sentry, I think Sentry wins. If you're taking the weakest version of Superman against the weakest version of Sentry, Sentry still wins. I'm sure there's a combination where you take a stronger Superman against a weaker Sentry, and you could probably make it, you know, win.
I think you take the medium, Superman wins.
I'm pretty sure the newest, strongest Superman, I can actually take it. He's known as a Mega King Superman, and he fights Darkseid, who's infecting reality, and he goes back in time to use the Big Bang to create a universe and then do this weird multiversal feat. But he also gives up some of the power while also only having a portion of it.
Comic Superman has been ludicrously broken for the past 10 years to a point where the only ones that can remotely compete with him are Hulk and Thor.
Sentry is way stronger than Thor, considerably so.
Not right now.
He takes on Thor.
Not right now.
Well, I don't know where Thor is currently, but he takes on Thor and the entirety of Asgard solo, and they can't even harm him.
That's from 2006,
really
like modern
of Superman equivalent.
So let's go back to Superman. So with him being broken, the writers have been consistently making him just extremely broken in power for the past near 10 years since Rebirth.
While you're correct about that, you're not realizing Sentry has his own broken powers, which specifically play by the rules of Superman. He can absorb the solar radiation that Superman uses to do all of his broken
Sentry
powers.
has control
Sentry
over
at his peak
any form of energy.
Negged by Carnage. It's bad how Sentry is jobbed.
In what storyline does he get negged by Carnage?
So Sentry got casually negged by Null.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Null rips. Listen, no. Let me. Null ripped Sentry in half. Everyone called it bullshit because you can't rip Sentry in half. That doesn't work.
Anyway?
And then in a later storyline, it was directly stated that Sentry chose not to come back. Not that he didn't, and it had nothing to do with him being beaten. He just didn't want to deal with the problems that was going on at the time. He did not get negged.
Yeah,
that's an excuse.
They just haven't.
It's an excuse for why they wrote him shitty in that series.
I know, that's what I was.
But like, if you rip, but we've literally seen Sentry have every single molecule in his body be destroyed, and he just recreated himself.
Yeah.
So take it this way: there's actual arguments that the modern base Superman, excluding King Omega, is stronger than the Cosmic Armor. There's actually an argument for that right now.
Well, Cosmic Armor Superman's not that strong. People have been talking about Cosmic Armor Superman forever. Who's actually read that story? He's not strong. Cosmic Armor Superman, the thing that makes Cosmic Armor Superman strong is that he has some control over storylines, but it's super, super limited. And he gets beaten by an aspect of the Anti-Monitor really badly. He's in one major fight as Cosmic Armor Superman, and he loses. The only reason why he wins is because reality is being erased around him, and the dude he's fighting, starts with an M, I'm forgetting his name, falls into the pit that's being erased and gets... But he's losing the fight before that. Cosmic Armor Superman doesn't have any major wins under his belt during that storyline, unless they bring it back at some point. But in that storyline, he doesn't have any major cool stuff.
I mean, but the Anti-Monitor, the thing is, the Anti-Monitor is a guy who caused the whole multiverse to be rewritten.
But it wasn't Anti-Monitor. It was a small piece of Anti-Monitor who wasn't anywhere near the strength of Anti-Monitor. Nowhere near.
Yeah,
and it's the only fight Cosmic Armor Superman has, and he lost. Bad.
So there's a bunch of things he's done. Like in DCKO, he takes on a Captain Atom with the power of every single version of himself in his base form. He also took on a Bizarro that had the power of all of the magic within creation. Became briefly immune to kryptonite with a Super Saiyan-esque power-up.
Are you talking about
one shot of Doomsday? What do you mean? No, he was exposed to so much kryptonite, it actually gave him a brief golden power-up that made him completely immune.
That's retarded.
It's also the weird Theta State, but I don't know how helpful that would be.
Yeah,
DCKO got so...
The Theta State was like almost a one-time thing, and then they did a really lazy combination of the characters that one dumb comic book storyline, and I don't even know if that's with the main Superman or not. It's questionable.
Oh yeah, then he also...
My main reasoning is, isn't Superman just way faster than Sentry?
Yeah, and also there's another one, which I think is probably the most broken, where he fights a Doomsday who is verbatim stated to be the most powerful being that ever walked in hell.
But the whole problem is that Sentry can absorb Superman's solar radiation out, which is the whole crux of his powers, which is why I go to Omega King Superman, who gets two different types of energy abilities that lets him control reality and fight Darkseid when he's infecting the multiverse and changing reality to such an insane degree.
We actually see in DCKO he knows how to maneuver around that. So in the first, so in his first round against Captain Atom pretty much just immediately goes up to him and drains his power as predicted. Then they both get, since it's like the Heart of Apocalypse, some weird shit like that, they both get to choose different incarnations of themselves. Captain Atom chooses Monarch, and Superman chooses Superman Prime 1 million. Superman Prime 1 million, knowing same thing's gonna happen, just freezes the universe casually and kills him, kills Monarch by freezing him. Then in the third round, Captain Atom decides, you know, fuck you, I'm gonna cheat.
I don't see how any of this would kill Sentry, though. Regardless of how powerful you're saying Superman is, he would have to have something that can actually kill Sentry. And Sentry is a character who can recreate himself from existence erasure.
In like a fight to the death scenario, I don't think he would kill Sentry.
Sentry can travel in frozen time. He can travel between universes. When he's merged with the Void, he essentially becomes one of, if not the strongest thing in all of Marvel Comics. The Void by himself, without merging with Sentry in an alternate timeline, was able to literally end everything in the entire Marvel universe.
Yeah, I don't think he could. I don't think Superman the Void. I think he could beat Sentry.
But Sentry's stronger than the Void.
I meant them merged.
This has been proven for a long time that Sentry fights Void in a 1v1 and Sentry wins, and it was discovered that Sentry is stronger than the Void. Now merge Sentry, that Sentry and the Void fused in like their perfect combination, that's even stronger. But you are talking about a character who could kill basically anything in the Marvel universe when his powers aren't, you know, acting all fucky-wucky because of writers, which happens a lot, to be fair. But
because he's too powerful for the universe.
Well, that's the thing that Superman kind of became. He literally, so it was dumb, and I don't know if he still has the ability to combine the two energies he has. But if you go up to like the story, he had this weird entity that I don't know what it is, trying to make him into the Omni King. And when he fights Darkseid, who is like fucking up the whole multiverse, he literally obtains the power to essentially kill Darkseid and become the god of existence. But instead, he says it's selfish to do that, and so instead of combining the energy completely and make the full reality, he then uses it to create everyone who died, and they all come together and push Darkseid back temporarily for a couple years instead of just killing the guy. So
yeah, there was also another
ending, but he still has those power. But he still has those two energies that allows him to do that. And I'm pretty sure that AI or whatever that thing was, I call it an AI because I don't think it's real.
The Heart of Apocalypse. But there's also another form that like allowed him to obliterate multiple, I don't know what the fuck these things are, but Elder Gods just by walking.
And I'm pretty sure Sentry would also fuck up those Elder Gods.
Black Bolt kills like a half dozen fucking Celestials with one yell.
Celestials aren't really,
you're right.
They currently
they forged reality.
Characters.
They were the builders of all of reality.
Currently, Sentry isn't even in the top 10. Storm is more powerful than Sentry right now. She flat out
because it's okay. So I
can't
confirm or deny if that's true because I'm not caught up with Marvel Comics, but that's how comics work. You have characters who get massive power-ups for a little bit and then lose the powers, and this character gets a massive power-up. Sentry has been and will likely, for the foreseeable future, be the main, most powerful hero of Earth. He always has been, pretty much since his creation, with small exceptions for little power-ups. But it doesn't change how powerful Sentry is. I mean, you can't say that, well, now Storm has this power-up that makes her stronger than Sentry in this storyline currently, and Superman is currently this strong. I understand that, but wait 10 years. Superman will go back to being normal, and Sentry will go back to being super powerful. That's how comics are. There's a constantly fluctuating powers depending on who's writing the character. That's just how it works. But Sentry at his most powerful, when he is written by someone who is showing off, does some of the most ridiculous shit. He easily defeated Molecule Man, who was able to lock an outerverse in a box. Like, he literally took an entire outerverse and he trapped it in a box just to show off how powerful he was, and Sentry snapped his fingers and obliterated him.
So, like, modern Marvel characters, like, as of right now, there are tiers that are even higher than Molecule Man.
No,
like,
I understand that. You're not saying anything that's new. There's always someone stronger. That's not my point. My point is that he used molecular manipulation to wipe out Molecule Man, who locked an outerverse into a box. You just used descriptions of Superman that were so powerful because he was, like, rewriting reality or whatever of the multiverse. Outerverses are bigger. I mean, it's just like, there's always something. Comics are inconsistent. That's never gonna not be the case. Well, I'm sorry, Marvel and DC comics are inconsistent. That's never not gonna be the case. But, I mean, for everything that you give for Superman, there is generally something. Like, you'd have to say some way that he can permanently put down Sentry, and I don't think that there is one.
No, No, there isn't. Honestly, I think
But
from your
Mark-
original
but
video where you
the
put
only
the
way
two
you win a
together,
fight
you
in
pretty much said like
comics-
that he would just like, here, Bob, I'll give you some therapy. I'm pretty sure you said that in your original, like when you originally, like years
I don't
ago,
remember.
when you pinned originals versus ripoffs. I'm pretty sure you said like Superman definitely has the raw power to hold his own, but he'd probably just give him a hug.
I don't remember. Maybe. I have no idea. But I do know that up until very recently, I mean, you're saying that he can like have his energies taken out and he's fine. I know this is a different version of Superman, but literally in the storyline Absolute Superman, the storyline was that some dude removed the fucking red sun.
Oh, yeah.
And up until very recently, that would have worked. That's worked many times for the mainline Superman for a really long time. Now, to be fair, I'm arguing, or I'm not really arguing, but I guess we are kind of arguing. I'm coming from a place that hasn't actually seen a Sentry comic in like 10 years. So I don't even know where
that's
Sentry is currently. I can't say what Sentry is.
I won't lie to you, like it's very wonky, and because the massive power creep that Marvel and DC have been doing with each other, Sentry at this point is on the lower end. Because of that, it's not because he's a bad character or anything, it's just because they haven't done it. They've just kind of been sidelining him in favor of making Thor and Hulk more powerful.
what's
They've
kinda
been
weird-
doing stupid shit with Hulk. Hulk's ridiculous.
It's
Yeah, oh
weird though,
God.
Hulk
because if you look
firmly
at
surpassed Sentry. No, he's
Like, I'm pretty
comfortably
sure
past
in-
him at this point.
I'm pretty sure Immortal
But I don't think
Hulk
Superman could beat
is-
Hulk currently either.
really,
Not right now,
why?
Not right now.
because again he
Oh,
can't
because
die.
you got fucking one below. Again, killing someone isn't the only.
Okay, well, you tell
Yeah,
me a way that he can overcome Hulk currently. Hulk at this,
Well,
they
the way-
literally state directly that Hulk is the enemy of logic, and if he doesn't want to follow logic, he doesn't have to.
Throw
So
him in
you
space.
tell me a way that Superman can overcome something.
Throw
Like
him
that.
in
Freeze him in
space.
It won't do
Throwing
anything.
Hulk and throwing this current Hulk
He
in
can't
space
fly.
will not work.
It won't work. He is fated to go where he wants and to always come back. That's one thing. But also, he can literally just use the green door to travel anywhere he wants to.
Yeah.
He has teleportation now.
Like-
So,
Oh, really?
yes. He can try. He
has
is
teleportation?
tied to the source of all hells, and he can
Oh,
travel.
I don't care. This is. What the fuck are they, Hulk?
Yeah, that's been the case since the Immortal
Why
Hulk
the fuck does
storyline.
Hulk have teleportation?
Yeah,
It's not like
it's
he just
insane.
teleports like Nightcrawler. He can use
No,
the
I get
green
that.
door to travel to hell and travel back. But when he travels back, he can come back anywhere he wants.
So dumb.
So it's
Creep
basically
bullshit.
teleportation to a extent. But it doesn't matter because even before that, he was fated to always come back no matter what. That's been the case for like 30 years.
Yeah, but okay, here's the thing. All right, this has always sort of annoyed me when it comes to like taking one person and like pitting up against somebody else and be like, well, they're fated for this thing. It's like, okay, yeah, if you use the continuity within their whole storyline, but the whole point of taking two people from two different genres and putting up against each other is to see what would happen. And
Yes.
as soon as you throw they're fated for this kind of thing, it's like
No,
there's no
you're-
discussion. It's just
they're-
bullshit.
I'm
Like,
saying
fate,
fated
you know?
because they specifically said to throw him off of Earth. He will return to Earth.
Yeah, that
throw him in
doesn't
the
work.
sun.
Throwing him off.
Throw him in the sun.
doesn't
Well,
work.
that won't hurt him at all.
Survive that.
That won't even damage him.
Yeah.
And he'll be back.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
yeah, that's just blame them.
He literally, like, they're used
this version-
years ago, like years and years and years ago, the Human Torch used to use his supernova move, which is much hotter than the sun if he wants it to be, to take out Hulk. That was the way, that was like the Fantastic Four's consistent way of taking the Hulk out was using supernova. Supernova stopped working in like 2005 or some shit. Like, it just doesn't work anymore. Actually,
Yeah.
there's a prequel comic to the Planet Hulk storyline where Hulk starts wrecking Vegas. So they send the Thing and Human Torch to deal with it, and he uses supernova, and it does 0 damage to the Hulk, which was the first time that ever happened. And this is what makes Mr. Fantastic realize that he's getting stronger, and eventually none of our weapons are going to work anymore. So we have to get him off the planet because he's getting stronger faster than we're advancing as a species to keep up with it. That's the thing that makes him kick him off the planet to begin with, and that kicks off the Planet Hulk and World War Hulk storyline. So back in 2005, throwing him in the sun wouldn't work.
If you take away the plot, that means he has to be on Earth. He would still lose because he couldn't get back.
I mean, if BFR is a win con,
He would get back.
possibly,
He would get back.
but like BFR,
He
How
would
would
get
he get
back.
back?
Currently, he would get back with the green door, and before the green door was introduced,
Exactly.
he'd get back through just fated to always return.
Besides plot literally forcing it to happen,
The green door.
besides
You
the
still
plot
have the green door.
in the past, besides the plot literally forcing it to happen, basically saying he gets an ex machina, so he just gets away with it.
Yeah, but it's not it's not the first time that characters have tried knocking his ass into space. It's happened multiple times. He always just comes right back. It never works, like ever. And I'm not saying he comes back in a year or he comes back in a month. He comes back within minutes. He always comes back. Like
They're not throwing it. He's not going deep
many
enough
times.
into space.
People tried knocking his
was
ass
out there
into
for
space.
years.
Thor tried to knock his ass into space in one fight, and he came back a couple states away, but he immediately came back from the atmosphere. And Thor specifically hit him to try and eject him into space. It doesn't work.
Clearly didn't throw him deep enough.
He could throw someone into space. He can hit someone into space when he wants to. It just doesn't work.
No, I'm saying he didn't throw him far enough
even
to
Red
space.
Hulk, even Red Hulk was capable of jumping to the moon and then back from the moon to Earth. Like that's you think that's not a far distance. That's a far fucking distance.
No, that is.
That's crazy.
They need to,
You know what's crazy?
it's kind of weird
You know
they
what's
don't. Some versions of Hulk don't use that for travel more.